Hi everyone and welcome back. This is Mindy with Mindy Design, and today I'm going to be coloring up Swiss Pixie Giving Lucy from c.c.designs and doing some die cut layering. I'm starting out by stamping my image. I'm going to use my stamping tool in case I need to restamp it to make my lines more crisp. c.c.design stamps come as a quality red rubber stamp and also have digi stamps available. To use my rubber stamp and my MISTI tool, I remove the foam insert, lay down my Nina white cardstock, line up the image, and stamp. I'm going to be using some Simon Says black ink, which is a Copic friendly ink. Here is where I stamp it twice to darken my lines. This is why I love using a stamping tool. Next, I'm going to be doing some coloring. I've sped the video up a little bit to make it go a little quicker. If you want to skip this part and go right to the card, you can head on over to 7 minutes into the video. So I started off by just laying down some color onto my cardstock, which is with my E00, and then I'm going to come in with my darkest color for the shadowing, which is the E04. I just laid down some color under the hairline because the hair would cast a shadow under the neck, the bottom side of the hands, and then I did a little bit underneath the skirt and under the kneecaps, and a little bit too behind the sock line there because I think those would all cast shadows down. Then I'm going to come in with my next darkest color, which is the E11, and I'm going to blend those colors out. So I go on top of that 04 and I just lighten that up. It's still going to be a darker color there, so it'll still show the shadow. And then I'll just go right on top of them, blend that out so you can't see any lines of where the two colors have met. So I just continue blending that out. And then once that's done, I'll come in with the rest of my colors, which is the E21 and the E01. And then I'll finish up any remaining pieces with the E00. I have the colors listed at the bottom of the screen here as well for you. So I'm just going to continue blending those colors out. I'll sometimes come back in with my colors if I feel it lightened up too much, because each time you go over with another color, it kind of takes some of those dark colors away. Also, if I'm unsure of how something is looking, I'll walk away from it. With Nina cardstock, which is what I like to use personally, the color seems to soak into the cardstock more. So by just walking away from it, taking a break, I'm letting those colors settle in. And in most cases, I'm happy with how it works out. For the hair, I decided to go with a reddish tone because I already had my paper picked out, which was going to be fall colors, so I kind of wanted her to match. So I start with my darkest color, which is the E04, and I went around the side of her head because it looked like the ponytails were behind her head, so there would be a shadow there. And then I added some flicks from the bottom and top of the ponytail around her bangs and the top of her head. I started with adding the flicks, and I'm going to work my way through from the darkest to lightest. I try to leave some white space to show texture. Sometimes it works for me and sometimes it doesn't. If it's not working the way I want, I just blend it out, and then I'll typically come back in with my darkest color just to add a little bit more depth. Now I'm going to color in all the goodies in her hand. I'm going to add my darkest colors to the bottom of the items and then just blend out. I'll have all the colors listed at the bottom of the screen here. Lucy is all colored up, and I went ahead and cut her out with my scan and cut machine. You can also fussy cut her too if that is your preference or don't have a machine. I used the new Creative Basics double stitched circle die to cut out some layered circles, and I'm going to be using this Together die cut, which will line up beautifully towards the bottom of the card, and I thought matched great with Lucy. I have this gorgeous champagne glitter paper that I thought would be perfect with the fall colors for my card. I'm just going to line up the die, and then I'm going to run that through my Big Shot machine, and I'm actually going to make a pass at that twice to make sure that it really cut through that glitter. I went ahead and cut out the word 3 more times with just regular white cardstock so I can do some layering. I love the dimensional look that it gives to the card. I'm going to use the Nuvo DELUXE adhesive and some tweezers to line up all my little swoops. So I do the 3 white pieces, and then I'm going to add the glittered cut on top. I like using the Nuvo DELUXE adhesive for this because it has such a nice fine tip and it comes out so smooth. Also, when I'm adding my cuts on top of one another, I have a little bit of wiggle room to get my pieces lined up perfectly, and this has a nice strong hold once it dries, and it also dries clear. All of my elements for my card are complete, so I can start gluing everything down. I'm going to use the Thermoweb adhesive, which also has a really nice strong hold to it. To finish off the card, I'm going to add just a few drops of the Nuvo Dark Walnut drops, and then I'll just set that off on the side to dry. All of the supplies used will be listed down below in the description area and also on my blog, mindyegandesign.com. I hope you enjoyed today's card. Please give a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel for more videos, and share with your friends. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next video.